Jeepers Creepers Reborn is going to be a cult film? Let's get into this.
What's your favorite scary movie? Name it.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the Dancing now.
Oh, Lord on the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today, we have a absolutely bonkers update about Jeepers Creepers Reborn. It's mostly a theory based off of a brand new picture, based off of the Jeepers Creepers new website for the new film. I don't even know. We're gonna get into it in a second, but first I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe if you're new here. I do updates on a bunch of different upcoming horror films. You're not gonna wanna miss anything happening on this channel. It's all pretty dang cool. So, moving into this, we got a brand new picture, like I said, via the website of Jeepers Creepers Reborn. It's this picture right here. Okay, so let me preface this a little bit in case you're unfamiliar with like the characters, what's going on in the new Jeepers Creepers film. This is the character of Lei, and she is surrounded by what looks like a bunch of cult members, and she has some kind of like marking on her forehead and all this. Here's the thing. Here's my thing about this. Not every movie needs to be a cult film. It's undeniable that this looks like it's going to be a cult surrounded around like the creeper and like they worship him or something. This is giving me major like Halloween 5 vibes where it's like there's some kind of like cult of thorns or whatever. There's like some kind of like cult surrounded around the character, and I'm just not into that at all. Not everything needs to be a cult film. And I'm gonna tell a quick story that I promise relates to this about my buddy Christian. Now, Christian is just an awesome guy, also an avid lover of horror movies, and he's actually going to be in my Scream fan film, Red Right Hand, which, by the way, the Kickstarter for that is running right now. If you guys want to support that, be a part of this crazy project that we're doing. So the link for that is in the description below. But moving forward with this story, me and Christian are going back and forth the other night about horror movies, and we're talking about how not every film needs to randomly turn into a cult film towards the end. We've seen a lot of movies like this where I'm not too big a fan of it. Me personally, one of my favorite horror movies of all time though is Hereditary, and my buddy Christian was making the argument that that was one of those films, but I was trying to argue the opposite, saying that no, the cult stuff was always there. In the opening scene, we see a lot of the cult members at the funeral in Hereditary. Like it was always established the whole time. You go back and watch it and it's perfectly set up, but he disagrees. He thinks that that movie just kind of randomly turns into it, and it didn't need that. It was a good drama up until that point, but then it goes full supernatural at the ending. Personally, I loved it. I think it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, but I think that his point, I think he has a point. He has a point, especially when it comes to like some other films, some Netflix movies I've seen. For example, I'm not going to name any names. I really don't like trash talking horror movies all that much, but I will trash talk Jeepers Creepers Reborn a little bit because what the hell? Like, this is a slasher franchise and you're going to turn it into like some kind of crazy cult thing? The best example of where this just does not work is the Thorn trilogy of the Halloween movies. They tried to take something that was already established as being mysterious, being this scary for a certain reason, because it's this dude who's like nearly invincible, can't be killed, and will continue to come after you, continue to kill you. That's what's scary about Halloween's 1 and 2. Halloween 4 through like the Curse, I guess, it just doesn't, the plot line is trying to explain so hard what Michael Myers is, and the whole concept of it is flawed in my opinion, because it takes away the scariness of the character. And now I feel like it's undeniable that look, whatever, if Jeepers Creepers Reborn turns into a cult film at the end, the biggest problem with all this, to me at least, is the whole point of the movie is going to be to explain the creeper's origin. That takes all the fun out of it. Like, I don't want to see that movie. I'm losing interest in the new Jeepers Creepers. There's been a lot of weird things about the movie, with the director being super like apprehensive when people try to ask him questions about it. And now with this new picture of Lei, like our main character essentially from the film, it's giving me like major like Cult of Thorn vibes from Halloween. It's giving me those vibes, and I don't know if I'm going to be really interested in this movie, because it just seems like we're going to be explaining the creeper the entire time, which is unnecessary to me. Some things don't need to be explained, and because they're not explained, the concept is scarier. I would rather just see another creeper movie where it's the creeper feeding on a horror festival guests. That's so much more interesting to me than this. I don't want the creeper to be explained, because then all the mystery and what's scary about him, that's all gone now. When you explain it, that's not going to be terrifying. That's not going to be crazy to watch. There might be some cool kills, but it just doesn't seem like this is a necessary movie, which is so unfortunate. I would love to see them make there is another good Jeepers Creepers movie out there. That could happen. I 100% believe that. But this might just not be that, which I'm starting to get really worried about with this picture. Now, once again, I do want to make this very clear. This is just a picture off of their website. Who knows where this is in the movie? Maybe this is this could be something from the horror festival, for example. Maybe they're promoting some kind of movie that has to do with cults. Maybe there's some kind of commentary on that. If you remember in the first Jeepers Creepers, there actually is a touch of meta humor. Not so much in the other films, but that first film has a little like dash of that. Has a little bit of that Scream influence. So could we see that come back in this new film? There is also that. Another thing I want to make very clear is this is just a theory. That might not be the case with what's going on in this picture, but it seems highly likely. A lot of people are speculating that as well. I'm really hoping not. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping it's not a big movie just trying to explain where the creeper came from, explaining that there's this entire group of people, this secret underground cult or whatever that worships him and knows all of his secrets from the past and where he came from and all this mumbo jumbo that I don't care about, because I don't want to see that. I really don't want to. I'm not interested in that movie. And if that's what this is, that's really unfortunate, because there's definitely another good creeper movie out there where he comes back from his past feeding cycle 23 years later, and then just starts eating people like that. That movie could exist. That could exist. I just want a back to basics, simple movie from Jeepers Creepers. I don't want them to get all complicated and try to explain his backstory. That just to me, that takes the fun out of it. I don't know, but maybe there's some people that are interested in that want more answers. To me, I think it would be much more interesting if they gave us like another piece of the puzzle, but not the full picture. This is giving me vibes like they're going to paint this entire picture for us and not leave any room for interpretation. And that's no fun. That's really no fun. I like how in the first movie we learned some things about the creeper, like essentially what he is, what his motivation is, why he's killing people. And in the next movie, we learn a little more about like his powers, and that gets developed a little more. The third movie takes it to wild extremes, and I would even go so far as to argue that the creeper isn't even the same kind of character from the past two films. In the third one, he's like this overpowered, ridiculously super crazy horror villain. He's not even the same character. He had like some flaws in the other two movies, which was interesting, and he's just ridiculously overpowered in the third film. I'm really rooting for this new team of people to come up with something great that we're going to like and be a better addition to the franchise than the last film. That's really what I'm hoping for now with Jeepers Creepers Reborn. And I have low expectations, but sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that can be a good thing, because if you go into a movie with low expectations and it exceeds those expectations, you're gonna like the movie a lot more. You really are. So if that's the case here, that would be awesome. I would love for that to be the case, but I'm starting to get worried it's not. What do you guys think though? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Let's talk about what do you think is going to happen in this movie. Is there some kind of weird cult surrounded around the creeper? Do you think we're going to get all the answers as to who the creeper is in this movie, or do you think they're gonna leave it mysterious? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this new Jeepers Creepers Reborn update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new here. I would greatly appreciate it, one human being to another. Or maybe you're an alien watching this movie, in which case you probably have no idea what kind of language I'm speaking in. So this whole video has just been nonsense to you. But anyways, I'm totally getting off track here. Please, also another thing I want to ask is if you could support the Kickstarter for Red Right Hand, a Scream fan film. It's my fan film that I'm very excited to make. It's a Scream movie from the perspective of the killers, but oh boy, do they still have a mystery, something to figure out about their friend group that they're literally killing people from. So it's gonna be a wild ride. It's gonna be a really fun movie. I really want it to happen. We only have like a week to get it funded as of right now. So the link for that will be in the description below. If you can support it, literally anything helps. Thank you all so much for watching this new video, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.